Hello, Brigadiers and Brigadettes. This is your captain speaking. Welcome to my channel. Now let's jump into some hockey content. Hello everybody, happy Sunday. Yes, we are getting another video out. This is our playoff preview of the Colorado Avalanche against the St. Louis Blues. If you are new, please make sure to subscribe, and then if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And we're just going to jump into it. Actually, one thing I will say, yes, I am very red. Crispy boy. Got it done at work. That's what happens when you're pasty as me. But we're almost done with the playoff previews. But, of course, we have to talk about the Colorado Avalanche and the Blues for Colorado. It was one of the best seasons possible. I mean, the best season you could really imagine. You win the President's Trophy the third time in their franchise history. And they close out the year really well, winning 5 of their last games. Actually, all 5. Won 5 straight. For St. Louis, an up-and-down season. Ended on the right note. They made their third straight playoff appearance. And they went 8-1-3 in their last 12 games. So, closing out the season insanely hot. And this could also be a possible revenge series for St. Louis. They got beat by Colorado that clinched the last spot in the playoffs in 2018 by beating the Blues 5-2 in Denver. And so, yeah, that was kind of crazy. So with all that being said, let's dive into this series because things will be intense. The first thing I wanted to talk about was Ryan O'Reilly guaranteeing a win over the Avalanche. I almost wanted to say Rockies over the Avalanche in the first round. And that's pretty gutsy. Now, it's not always the smartest thing to say that when you're going against the President's Trophy winners, especially since the Blues were 3-5 against Colorado this year, and it took the Blues an insane hot streak to make the playoffs. Regardless, though, I really don't have a problem with O'Reilly saying this. You know, I would have a problem with some players, but for him, I don't know, it just didn't bother me that much. And I think it's because he's a great two-way player that doesn't have a big reputation for being dirty or anything like that. Still, though, you have to wonder for a team like Colorado, does this give them more motivation? And I'm not saying they're lacking motivation now, but maybe this gave them even more. I don't really think Colorado needs a lot of motivation, but, you know, now they're going to be ready for that. And for St. Louis, their captain has forced them publicly to back up what he said. And we'll see how that goes there. Now, for the Blues fans, you have to hope that doesn't bite you in the butt. So the next big thing, the big storyline here, is going to follow Jordan Binnington. And which Jordan Binnington are you going to get? We'll see. It's no secret things have kind of been up and down in Binnington's really short career, but after an insane 2018-19 season that ended in a Stanley Cup championship, thank you for not letting the Bruins win it, and a 6-year extension, the narrative is still out there on what Binnington could be as a goalie. Personally, I've done a video about this as well. I think he'll be a good goalie as long as St. Louis keeps a good blue line in front of him. I'm not sure about top 10, but I do think he'll be a good goalie. And we still are going to wonder, like, what are we going to get for this in this series for Binnington? And I think for me, big thing, stability is going to have to be huge for this series. If he gives up 2 goals early, doesn't matter. Clear out your head and just focus on getting a shutout the rest of the game. The shutout is gone, yes, because you've given up 2 goals, but after that you have to be a brick wall. But just lock it up the rest of the way. You don't have to be perfect, but you have to be really good. Now, I don't think that St. Louis should expect him to blank the Avalanche series because that would be pretty much impossible, but maybe. But if he could get them to limiting 2 to 3 goals per game for the Avalanche, where he only give up 2 or 3, he'd be in great shape. And when things are not going in St. Louis's favor, he's going to have to be ready to just be a brick wall, like I said. What is going to have to be kind of watched out for this, though, is he's going up against a team that is top in the league. They're first in the league for 5-on-5. Corsi, shots for percentage, goals for per 60, shots against per 60, most scoring chances, or fewest scoring chances against, and the fewest high danger chances against. Even off the power play, Colorado is dominant. He's going to have to be ready. He's going to have his hands full this entire series. It's going to be tough. Now, to sum this up, basically, Binnington is probably going to be facing 30 to 40 shots a night, would be my guess. He's going to have to be above average. Again, not perfect, but above average in order to make sure St. Louis doesn't get buried early in this series. He can't give up 3 goals early and then, give up 1 later in the game. He's going to have to, if he gives up a few goals, shut it down right after that. And now that leads to our final question, which is directed towards Colorado. And that's whether or not the pressure of going deep will get to them, going deep in the playoffs, that is. We've known for about 2 years that Colorado was on the up and up. I think even before that, we knew that they were on the up and up. And, there weren't a massive amount of expectations 2 years ago. Last year, I think there was. But the expectations were high. This year, they're as high as they can go. For a team that, won the President's Trophy, they're not expecting you to win in the second round or make it to the second round. They're expecting you not only to go to the Stanley Cup final, but to win it. And I think that's not for everybody, but I think a lot of people expect Colorado to win the Stanley Cup. And it's fair. They've got a great team in Colorado. I wanted to say Denver. I'm pretty sure they're in Denver. They say the Mile High City, so it is Denver. But is the pressure going to get to them in the first round against the Blues, which I'd say are pretty good rivalry there? Now, maybe, but the important thing to remember is that you need to focus on just this series and only one game at a time. Don't worry about an elimination game if it's not, within your reach. If you just got done with game 1, focus on game 2. The last thing they need to do is think about a potential playoff matchup against Vegas in the second round. You don't need somebody like Kale McCarr being like, if we win this, we get to play Vegas in there. Let's start to worry about them. No, and that's just for a reference there. But you need to be focused on just one game at a time. Block out all the noise. Yes, they haven't made it out of the second round the past 2 years. Don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. You know what matters? The very next game against you in St. Louis. That's the only thing that matters. So for this series, I think it's going to be one of those things. Could St. Louis strike early and then knock Colorado off their balance? Maybe. We'll see. So for this playoff series of the Colorado Avalanche versus the St. Louis Blues, I will be picking the Colorado Avalanche in 5. Part of me wanted to say a sweep. I'm sorry, Blues fans, just hear me out. I think St. Louis is a good team. But you have Colorado that is a dominant team, and I think St. Louis needs to do some upgrades. But here's the thing, okay? I think that if the series goes on longer, it could be more beneficial to the Blues because they've got the momentum. So if you're St. Louis and things don't go your way early, you've got to extend it, of course. But if it gets to the point where it's 3-2 going into St. Louis, that's a dangerous place to be. For Colorado, finish the business early. For St. Louis, hold on for dear life because this is about to be a crazy series. You're going to have to find a way to win. We'll see how it goes. Let me know what you think down in the comments below if you agree. If not, that's fine. And if you are new, please make sure to subscribe. We are growing, and I appreciate that so much. Everybody give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, of course. And hey, stay safe, have a great day, and stay away from COVID, alright? Goodbye, Brigadiers and Brigadettes. This is your captain signing off. Have a great night.